Hi, I'm Borkon. Glad to have you here. Welcome back to the Let's Create SMP. And oh yeah, the perimeter is done, or the quarry is done. I already pulled it up here because we will repurpose it for a different reason today. But let's just have a look at this. It's relatively safe to poke my head out now because the ghasts aren't really spawning in there anymore. They're still spawning in some of these caves, so we will have to protect this area somehow so the ghasts are not drifting in from the sides. And I was thinking about just setting up giant glass walls, because I kind of like the look of, well, I don't like this look because my render distance doesn't really render everything that is behind there, but when we're down there, it should look quite fancy to see the biomes behind it and see the lava oceans as well. So I was thinking just using transparent glass, like nothing fancy, just transparent glass as walls here, and the same thing for the floor. I will ask the others if someone has other opinions and maybe do something else here, but I think transparent walls would be the most fun. But before we do any of that, I need to solve this. I need to solve my helmet, because this is not good. Like, I need a proper helmet that is netherite and with goggles. And that shouldn't be a problem, because... oh, yeah. That's the amount of ancient debris, plus I think we used, like, me and Boyen kitted ourselves out with full netherite gear. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7, almost 8 stacks. No, 7.5 stacks or something like that from this perimeter. It's about what we estimated that we would get, a little bit more, which is good. But I'm going to the overworlds. This is interesting now that I pulled this thing up. Getting all kinds of interesting dudes up here. Skeletons and piglins shooting me. If I fall to the bottom, I die and probably end up in lava. So it's nice to have some kind of netherite on me. So one thing I'm working on in the overworld is on my base, and as you can see, I've been converting the outside of the mountain into weathered limestone, and I ran out of weathered limestone. I think I've used 3 chests or something like that. I need to get more, and I was thinking maybe I could use the tunnel bore to at least find the big deposits of weathered limestones underground, because they exist underground, but they are relatively rare. But if you find one, they are usually big. So I was thinking that the tunnel bore could actually help me. But for that, I need to fix my tunnel bore to be a little bit more safe to use around water. And for that, I had this idea. Not like that. Oh, come on, I keep falling down. Rotate it. Yeah. So have the deployer arms, just like at the floor, you have deployer arms at the top that will also be placed in cobblestone. So it will make a little bit more of a tunnel. And by the way, we have gotten some questions both on Discord, and I have gotten them in my videos. And people have been asking, is it possible to make patterns with the deployer arms on a tunnel bore? And the answer is, we don't know. We've been trying. I've had some ideas. The ideas turned out to not work. So there is still hope. Oh, come on, I keep falling down here. Okay, use scaffolding, you fool. There is hope, but for now, we just don't know how to do it. And I think that's it. Oh, this is crazy. The amount of deployer arms, and some of them got weirdly rotated, but, well, they're all pointing in the same direction, so that should be good. They're all configured for cobblestone. I have tweaked a little bit with the timings of the machine that it will hopefully start picking up cobblestone into the barrels here. Some of the barrels are, like, this is my just utility barrel where I have materials that I might need, including extra food. But these 2 barrels, I hope, will start filling up with cobblestone, because if you don't remember, I changed the machine so that it would be picking up all the loot here. And I did that by just speeding it up so much that the drills wouldn't have time to pick up anything. But I slowed it down a little bit so it could be picking up cobblestone for itself. So let's go test it. Let's see if we are waterproof now, because that is the big issue I was trying to solve here. But yeah, let's go find some weathered limestone and also see if the machine is waterproof now. And right, let's hope I made enough space for it. I probably didn't actually. No, I need to move this back a few blocks, maybe around here, I hope. What I have noticed that if you're placing down minecart contraptions and are not sure if they will fit, the best way to place them is by powering the... What is this thing called? Cart assembler. Is by powering the cart assembler, because if you power the cart assembler, it will place as an entity and it will not freak out. Well, because now if I would materialize it, it would either destroy these blocks or destroy itself, and I don't want that. What I want is to place this machine... Actually, I can go in either direction. Oops. Oh no, that was the drills destroying things. I'm okay with that, but... Oh, come on, rotate correctly, you fool. Maybe something like this then? Nope. That was also the drills destroying things, because it is powered, so it's fine. So if I place it from this direction... Yes? Almost. I think I need to... Yeah, I need to remove one more layer of rock here, or maybe two more layers, but wait. So I placed it from this direction. Yes, I probably did. Oh, and we are already seeing the cobblestone being placed, because that's what I want to test. That's why I made another tunnel here, so I could just see the cobblestone being placed. I think it should be here. We'll notice, and then I will just make massive tunnels here under the world, trying to find some, well, not diamonds. I don't care about diamonds anymore. Trying to find some weathered limestone, because for me, weathered limestone is now more important than diamonds. And yes, I know, weathered limestone can be generated by machines, but can't be bothered right now. We have so many other projects that we can't really be picking up all projects at the same time, so I need to mine for this. Oh, this worked correctly, I think. Yeah, we are not sticking into the wall here. We're not sticking into the wall anywhere. We have space in front of us. Good. So now, if I materialize the machine, I didn't hear any click because, or a like block breaking sound, which means that everything has gone right. Let's get some fuel and remove this. I am just smelting whatever I can smelt. Everything seems good. I don't care about if I have things in my inventory or not. This is powered. Let's depower it and let's go. I said let's go. Nothing. Why? Oh, I know what's going wrong. I forgot to remove the cart assembler. Yeah, so this bit has to be here, and I need to remove that block and remove the cart assembler. Now we should be working. Now, are we moving in the right direction? We are moving in the right direction. All right, perfect. I think we might be picking up cobblestone. I want the deployer... Oh, yes, now we can see the deployers deploying cobblestone. Not always, though. That's a little bit concerning. I don't understand why. Oh well, more debugging and I'll figure it out eventually. I don't know if this is working. We're getting water spilling, but I don't see from where. Where does that water come from? Do we have a water source up there somehow? Yeah, we left the water source. That's impossible. Stop the machine, stop the machine. Why? How is this possible? Why are there water sources where there shouldn't be any water sources? So the only component that is not waterproof, well, it's this torch and this repeater. And where is the water coming from? Oh, over there. Oh, we're not covering up it quickly enough. That might be an issue. It might have been a good idea that doesn't really work. But I was thinking that the machine materializing should be enough to destroy the water sources. On the other hand, it might not be enough because the water spreads when the machine is in entity form. Yeah, I think that's the issue. The water has time to spread when the machine is in entity form. I think that's what's going wrong here. Well, I might have to rethink this. Oh, I might have found something. I think the solution was to just speed up the machine and just power through it. And for some reason, we're leaving a row of water up here, just because the water likes to be... They're all water sources. Yeah, they are all water sources. But I'm hoping that we can get past this madness. And... Oh, no. I think we stopped making water sources for some reason. We might be good. And the blinking from the machine dematerializing, which happens when the furnaces... Because the furnaces are generating a lot of light. And I think when they dematerialize, then the blink happens. Well, yeah, we kind of got through this. Is this... No, this is just water sources up there that we, for some reason, didn't remove. Everything else seems to be working fine. It's kind of working. It's not great, but it's much better now. It's relatively waterproof, although I might need to help it sometimes. Let's see how the loot pickup has been working. Oh, that's not building up any cobblestone. Where's all my... Okay, so the drills are not picking up cobblestone when it's moving fast. So what I'm gonna do is just fill up this barrel with cobblestone, and that way the deployers will have cobblestone to place. I don't know if there is a better solution than that. We seem to be dealing with lava quite well. No, I just said that, and I noticed that we ran out of cobblestone because I've been lazy. Oh, come on. That's right. Did we run out of cobblestone, or just... Yeah, the right ones weren't refilled, so... that's an accident. Why are we using so much cobblestone? I am learning here. As you can hear, I am definitely just learning, trying to figure out how this whole thing is supposed to work. But we're making progress. Maybe this is gonna work. Oh, I just realized what's going on and why it's not working. I completely forgot that the loot pickup system and the whole loot storage is on the front part of the machine. I just imagined for some reason that it was on the back part of the machine, and then... If we're picking up cobblestone here, we wouldn't be using the cobblestone that I'm storing in the front barrel, but that's of course not how it works. I wonder if I could just very simply move this one here. And that could actually just solve the problem. Let's try that. Because I'm basically just taking the cobblestone here, and this funnel here is spitting it out. So of course it's gonna be wasting the cobblestone all the time. Just simply remove this one. Bam. Turn on the machine again. Have it move one step. And chassis like this. This might actually just solve the problem. Alright, time to try it again and see what happens. So, bam. That is now enabled. We are not spitting out... Oh, we're spitting up very little cobblestone, which is exactly what I want to see. So we might have solved the problem. That's good to know, maybe. Okay. Well, we haven't been placing any blocks, but that's actually a good thing. I don't need to be placing blocks to know if the barrels are filling up with cobblestone or not. So that's enough. Turn it off and... yeah, we are not leaking any cobblestone from there, and we are not collecting any cobblestone either. But at least I can fill it up manually, and this should be enough for quite a lot of tunnel. So, yes, problem solved. Let's keep going. It still needs some manual interaction, but much less than before, because before we were spitting out one stack of cobblestone on every step of the machine, and that was kind of not what I wanted here. Alright, so I've gone quite a bit, 500 blocks, and I was about to consolidate my loot because the barrels here are getting quite full now. So I decided that, well, I need to consolidate my loot, and I wanted to put down my ender chest. I don't have my ender chest. I didn't leave it at the back of the tunnel as I thought first. Instead, remember when I maybe cut that bit out, but I said, hey, this machine is picking up obsidian. No, it's not. That's my ender chest, because I'm holding my fortune pick because I was picking up diamonds and redstone. which I'm gonna do when I'm going back through the tunnel, because like I didn't want to stop the machine every time I wanted to pick up redstone and diamonds. But yeah, I destroyed my and the chests. So now I have nowhere to put my loot, because my yogurts, where I wanted to put the loot so I could go back, they are in my ender chests. I guess I'm gonna just pick up the entire machine. Yeah. Oh, that worked. Pick it up. All the machine is with me. Right, let's go back to base, get a new ender chest. Oh no, the diamond despawned the moment I started talking. I've been talking too much and not picking up loot enough. Right, but the plan with going out of the tunnel bore was to get some weathered limestone so I could finish the outside of my mountain, and I found nothing. Oop, that's a tree. I found nothing. So it's time to make a machine. I first didn't want to make a machine. I want to do it eventually, but I didn't want to do it now because I kind of want to prepare the inside of the mountain for the final design of how I want my base to be before I added more machines. But yeah, that didn't work. We didn't get any weather limestone. I need at least 2 more chests, maybe 3 or 4. And I found 0, so we need a machine. I will try to fit it somewhere where I won't have to move it, but I think already the iron farm is already in the wrong place and will have to be moved. But let's make a machine for weathered limestone. It shouldn't be too hard. I think if we look here, it will be weathered limestone like this. We do it by washing limestone. We get limestone from smelting lime sand. We get lime sand by crushing sand, and we get sand by crushing gravel. So we need cobblestone, gravel, sand, then it was lime sand, and from lime sand we get limestone, and from limestone we get weathered limestone. It shouldn't be too hard to set up a chain like this. I just was hoping that I wouldn't have to do it just now. And the reason why I wanted to mine for the weathered limestone rather than making a factory, because, well, I want to show you the factory, but my base looks like this right now. I haven't finished carving it out. I think it's gonna look awesome when I finally remove this, because this is the floor, right? There is the tea machine right here. I have removed most of it. You can see here there are holes in the floor here. But there are so many bits of the weathered limestone missing on the mountain is that I can't really remove this yet, because like I'm actually walking on this floor, removing the upper layers there. But these are the layers I can't remove anymore because, well, there is nothing above them. And since half of the mountain is actually gravel, once I remove the gravel here, it falls down, and then I don't know where the top of the mountain was. So that's why I want the weathered limestone, and that's why I didn't want to build the factory. But I've had an idea for how to build a factory that might actually make sense, and instead of spreading it out on a floor, because like I want the different floors to be on different levels in this base. I don't want everything to be just like one layer that covers the layers below. I want there to be huge gaps between the floors that you can basically fall down. So I will build it right here, and I'm gonna make it vertical. And I think that's it. This is the whole machine. Well, most of it, because we're still missing one component. But, so my idea here is that, well, I've been debating with myself if I should make one giant cobble generator that will feed everything, and then the cobble generator will be generating gravel, and then that gravel will be spread out between multiple machines, etc., etc., etc. And I think that's a bad idea. It will become overcomplicated. It's very hard to plan in advance how many components I'm gonna need. Maybe the cobble generator will be shared, I don't know just yet, but all the other ones like gravel, because this machine, right, these crushing wheels create gravel, these crushing wheels here create sand, these crushing wheels here create lime sand and bone meal as well, because that's a side effect of creating a lime sand. I can show you lime sand, these things here. So you crush sand and you get lime sand. Then the lime sand is getting blasted with this thing here. And then it gets washed to get to weathered limestone, because this creates limestone and this creates weathered limestone by just washing the limestone. And I also have a stockpile switch here. The stockpile switch looks if there's enough weathered limestone in here, or actually enough stuff in this barrel, and if there is too much, it just turns off this clutch. That's it. And the idea is that if I turn off this clutch, everything stops and it will stop sucking cobblestone from the barrel. Yes, I'm walking through the crushy wheels of doom here, but it will stop sucking the cobblestone from here. I already tested that. That's why I've already processed so much weathered limestone here, and yeah, it stops sucking the cobblestone, and everything just waits for me to use up the weathered limestone. That's it. Now I just need to hook up a cobble generator to this thing. And that cobble generator will be a different design than I used in the iron farm, because even though the one in the iron farm looks nice, it's not very efficient. And it's not efficient because it is using so much power. Just for running this cobble generator here, let me look at it. Yeah, it looks really nice, but just for running this cobble generator here, I need an entire furnace engine, and preferably with a blast furnace, and that's a lot of work. So instead, I'm gonna use the mechanic that we used in the Nether Quarry with a gantry, or gantry shafts, because gantry shafts eat no power at all. That is a little bit overpowered, but I think I can build a cobble generator around that. Let me try it. So, just for reference, we are on the floor where I need to put in the cobble here. So I will probably build a new cobble generator here, and then maybe tear down that one, or maybe... I should leave myself room to replace things and change how things are arranged in my base. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted to finish the mountain first, so I could carve everything out and then just build the floors that I need, instead of building on the floors that are kind of just here because I am carving things out. Oh, no. Yeah, so this is exactly what I didn't want to do. I think I was lucky, and there was... I can't see what's in there, but I think there is weathered limestone, and I converted that bit of the mountain just by luck. But yeah, other places... I don't want to do it, because I know definitely if I dig here, I will get light from above, and that's not what I want here. And we have a cobble generator, and just the second I started recording, it turned itself off. And that's not bad, because I have a stockpile switch is looking at this barrel here with the cobblestone and turns the generator off when this is mostly full. So let's throw things out and turn it on. Yeah. So this is working on the insight that we found when doing the quarry, and that is that gantry shafts don't take any power at all. So I can run this at full max speed, and it doesn't take any power from my windmill. So I can run it on the windmill, because I cannot really add much more stuff to the windmill, because, well, it's overloaded already. But this one I could, at full max speed. It's right there. I don't want to fall into lava. 256. I got pushed off by the gantry shaft. So it's running at full speed, and yeah, we're generating cobble. And it's also working on the same principle as the quarry. We also discovered that drills can move into blocks. Drills break blocks when they move out of them. And that's why this machine works. It's extremely simple. We have a gantry shaft here, which is 3 blocks long. We connect the chassis here with the drills, and then we have a redstone contact. And the redstone contact first touches this thing, which flips this switch, and then touches that thing, which flips the switch in the other direction. And yes, this has to be a latch, I think this is called. Yes, it's a powered latch. It's not the power toggle latch, because a toggle latch could get a signal just to change it, and this is like a proper latch. So this is the reset signal, and this is the set signal. So this is set, reset, latch. And this one turns it on, and this one turns it off. And that changes the direction of the gantry shaft by just changing this gearbox. And we also have a receiver for a redstone link that is connected to the storage interface here. No, this is not the storage interface. Stockpile switch. And this stockpile switch tells this thing that it doesn't need to run anymore. And I filled it up, and now it doesn't need to run anymore. I don't know if I should create a cobble generator for every single farm, because even though it doesn't take any power, it is absolutely enormous. Or maybe I should do something more intelligent. I definitely need to change the cobble generator at the top so it's more of this style because, well, it's just better. But yeah, it's taking a lot of space and I'm not sure if I like it. But for now, it'll do. And the whole thing is unloaded through this tunnel here, which just drops things on this conveyor belt. And goes into this chute and into that barrel. And here, I also added a little bit of an improvement to my weathered limestone generator. So I take things, drop them onto this conveyor belt. It is going into the storage drawers because apparently you can insert items into the storage drawers with a funnel. It is compatible with the create mod. This is a completely different mod, but it is compatible. And here I also have another little trick. And if I have an empty hand, I can right-click on this. This is the weathered limestone storage, and it is always emitting a redstone signal, it turns out, depending on how much it is filled. And for that, I just have another redstone link here. This is great because that means that I can put redstone links on all of these if they are generated from some kind of farm or machine. The redstone link ends up here. It's barrel and weathered limestone. And I read it with a comparator because this gives off the same level that that one gives off. And only when it's full, we turn off the machine through this clutch. And yeah, we have everything we need to cover the entire base in weathered limestone. Because I think, well, you can estimate how long it took me to do all this because I already generated that much. It's nice. I will probably build one of these for just sand. I will probably build another one of these for glass. I like this kind of design, and this doesn't really take much space. It would be much cooler if the cobble generator was vertical and all my resource creating machines were just towers like this, but it probably doesn't make sense within a mountain. It would make sense if I had an outdoor base. So maybe next time, if I ever do another create mod world, I will probably go for towers of resource production because I like this. This is cool. And there's always some fun building you can build around this. And now that I have all the weathered limestone, it was just a small matter of grinding to convert the entire mountain. Or at least the outside, because of course I'm not gonna convert the inside, I'm gonna carve it out. I'm carving it out like this. Oh yeah, it's done. Move back in so we can see. Gloriously. Right. So much mining. Now I have a little bit of a problem. And that is that I removed the platforms from most places where it made sense, where I didn't need access. But for example, like here, I will need access. I will probably just change how this is laid out and have the output of the T-farm lower down, but I still probably need maintenance access there. And of course, the iron farm still has a little bit, and I will be building other, well, islands that I need to be able to access, and for that, well, the stone doesn't work. Look, this is just completely ugly. So this stone has to go away, and I will need to replace it with, I think, a glass. I think all these farms are gonna be sitting on little clouds with blue and white, something like that. I haven't really decided. I haven't tested anything yet. And the iron farm probably needs to go away because this is such a much better cobble generator. And yeah, this thing has problems. I will remake this. And there are so many things. I need to light up this more sanely because the torches up there are only there because when I was removing it, of course I couldn't do everything at the same time, so I had to light it up, and that made the most sense to me. Probably doesn't. That dark oak has to go away because that was an experiment with the roof, and I don't like it. That was before I decided on the weather limestone, so that needs to be cleaned up. So many things to do, but we... What is that thing behind me? We'll have to deal with that next time. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a good mountain carving or weathered limestoning. Pick one. Bye.